to when you were 20. You get out, you said, and you was online on whatever social media dating site, whatever you was on at the time, and you met a female, and you said that's when like you really like jumped off the porch and like turned out was like with her, or explain all that.
Okay, no, okay. When I was online, I was really on Facebook. I was kind of like learning like technology and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I had like my own little phone and shit. Well, kind of phone, but I was using like my brother's laptop and shit. But I had met her at a bus station.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met her, we went to Oak Cliff, and then I kind of figured she did drugs, but I didn't know like what. And so like the first night I was with her, we literally slept outside, like right behind this it was like a water park type thing in Oak Cliff, and like she had like these blankets and like a basically kind of like a camp, but it wasn't like a camp. Like we were like literally laying like in the open.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I had ended up going to sleep because I was fucking tired, and I just remember like kept hearing like a lighter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I kind of peeked over and I kind of seen her like I didn't know it was, you know, of course a meth pipe, but you know, she was getting high with this Mexican dude or some shit. And I ended up turning over and going to sleep. And then after that, like I had all my shit, you know, because I wasn't used to being like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm used to having somewhere to lay my head every night and my own bed, you know what I'm saying? And I had to end up like basically like putting my shit, stashing my shit in a fucking bush. And some eventually like within like a few weeks I ended up meeting some dude, and we were gonna stay at his house in South Dallas. And she was like talking about how like she used to sell drugs or whatever, because she's not even from Texas. She's from like Boston, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I was like, well, I mean, I can get a job. Like I've never had a job, you know, and this and this. And he was like, well, I know somewhere where you can make some fast money. And I was like, well, you know, like what? Because I had kind of like dibbed a little bit and dabbled like slightly, but I wasn't like all the way in it. But he took me on St. Francis in Dallas, and there's this strip where he said like he would see bitches getting in and out of these cars. And I was like, okay, well, I didn't really know like how much to charge or none of that shit. And so he was like, well, you know, just do 60 for a quick visit. You know what I'm saying? So then like, you know, I started kind of getting the hang of everything. And then after that, that was just like, I ended up fucking like pin popping, the pin popping, pin popping. Like, I was so young though, too. Like, I just really, honestly, like, if I didn't feel the vibe was right, I would leave. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Most definitely.
I'm sorry, my girlfriend was texting me, but anyway, uh, so after that, I just kind of got turned out to the game and shit like that. And at first, like I was like real cheap on myself because I was real new to the game. You know what I mean? And then like actually I kind of like, I mean, I don't do that shit no more, but I've been chilling. But
yeah,
you know.
yeah, most definitely, most definitely. So okay, so you go through the homelessness, whatever. You meet the dude, and you guys go down to wherever y'all go, to Dallas or whatever the hell, and he takes you to the Blade or whatever, and you know you get out there and you start getting busy. You start you start clocking some dollars and all that. When you, after like the first week of being in it, what was like your mindset like? Was it like this is something I could do to really run up some bread, or is this something I'm gonna do temporarily?
Actually, I actually like to fuck a lot then. So I was like, I really kind of like first, of course, the money. I love the money. And then, of course, I'm fucking having sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, sometimes it's not even like, it's like whatever. And then it just became, at first I was kind of like, but then like I got used to it. It just became like a part of life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah.
most squares, they don't understand that shit. Like they're like, oh, well, you're too beautiful, you're better. But fuck you, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, if this nigga's got that money, I'm gonna fucking get it.
Man, yeah.
And like shit, like, but bitch, you don't understand that shit because you've never been in my shoes. You never had to make sure you had to have something to eat, or even, when I was pregnant on the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you don't know what it's like to make sure you have a roof over your head every fucking night, or make sure your room's paid, make sure you have something to eat, and when you're feeding two at that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
Like,
facts.
that's just real shit though. And a lot of people don't, people that ain't never been in that lifestyle or ain't ever had to, and I actually chose my life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to go out selling pussy, or I didn't have to go out there and fucking end up experiencing with drugs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even when I did do drugs, nobody knew. No one could ever really tell.
No, yeah, for sure.
You know,
And that's the trip, because like with females, trapping, like females trapping is like equivalent to dudes like scamming and selling drugs, and like, females, like that's just what it is. I mean, it's like the oldest hustle in the book. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit's been around for ages. So it's just like, at the end of the day, hey, get your fucking paper. Like, what you gonna do? Sit around and not do nothing? Like, I mean, fuck. If you got a product, you gonna sell that product and run it up. That's just a human nature. No matter what that product might be, you might, it could be a little bit of this, could be a little bit of that, but that's just how it goes.
but
So
all out the pussy, it's all profit, baby.